फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I am Surama Kaushik. Let's talk about the big news of the day. BCCI has released central contracts, and in that there is no place for Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer. Both have been axed from this whole list, and the other key takeaways are right in front of you on the screen. Pujara, Shikhar Dhawan, Chahal, Umesh Yadav, all four of them have been dropped. KL Rahul, Shubman Gill, Mohammad Siraj have been promoted to A category, while Rishabh Pant and Akshar Patel, who were last year in the A category, they have been demoted to B. Yashasvi Jaiswal is a new entrant in this central contract list. Yashasvi Jaiswal, for him, it's the first BCCI central contract since his debut in the test format in July 2023. He also made a consecutive double tons in the ongoing India-England five-match test series. Kuldeep Yadav has been promoted to category B. There have been no changes in A+ grade. We have Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Jadeja, and Bumrah in that category. And the category C athletes have been increased from 11 to 15 in this new list. Well, we'll talk about all these key points in detail in this live session. And for that, I have with me Network 18 Group Sports Editor K. Srinivas Rao, Jamie Alter, Taus Rizvi, and Sahil Malhotra. Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you here in this live. Srini, first of all, what you have to say about the decision that BCCI has taken with regards to Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer's exclusion from this central contract.
Quite a statement. I don't remember the last time that BCCI has been so vocal on any cricketer. I don't remember the last time they're sending out a press release to, impress upon cricket fans that, there are particular cricketers, and by naming them, that that they are keeping them out without stating the reasons. But even this bit, BCCI actually kind of being vocal is not them. They like to do things behind the scenes. So here, obviously, it's more of a statement that BCCI has been wanting to make. I agree with partly with what they're trying to impress, partly with what they're trying to say, partly with what they don't want to kind of reveal. Also taking into consideration is the fact that they have to take into consideration, does the cricketer himself wants to play all formats? Does Ishan Kishan, does he want to play test cricket? I don't think that that boy wants to play test cricket anymore. I think by missing out on the Ranji Trophy, by missing out on so much of red ball cricket that's happening at the domestic level, I think he's made that point very clear. And in that, the BCCI needs to take into consideration that all cricketers at all levels will not want to play all formats or particular formats. So they have to take it into consideration that let the cricketer be. There are others. So give those who are actually, genuinely interested in this format, give them a chance. So that's that bit. And as this show continues, I am going to speak about Rahul Dravid and that ongoing problem with Ishan Kishan, which I completely do not agree with. And I'll come back to this point later in the stage. Meanwhile, Shreyas Iyer, well, when this India-England series started, and I know on this very Cricket Next platform, we were busy building up the series, and we talked about how important Shreyas was to the scheme of things when talking about Test cricket in India, right? And those initial opportunities that he got, we expected him to be the most important batter in the middle order, especially in the absence of Virat Kohli. Things did not go his way. Things did not go the team's way. Now here comes a point where Shreyas is out of the team, and we tend to we get to see a story in the media, certain sections of the media, saying that he is out because of back spasm. Now here is where the BCCI was losing control of the narrative. Where a cricketer gets I don't know, whether it's a cricketer getting the story done, or maybe the media knew something that the cricketer did not, or the media and the cricketer knew something that the BCCI did not. I have no idea. But here is where things were going out of context. The narrative was not for BCCIs to control. Where the story appeared and it said the cricketer is down with back spasms and that is why he's going to miss. What happened? Selectors later asked this cricketer to go and play the Ranji Trophy. He said, I'm not I'm not, whatever, I'm injured. The
Hmm.
report sought from NCA. What did NCA say? No, the cricketer is fit. So he had to obviously
Yeah.
go and play the Ranji Trophy. And now comes the central contract which says this cricketer is not being considered. Now add all of this up. Where were things going wrong? I would say, the nastiness of where Indian cricket lies today lies in in those media reports where journalists become holier than thou, and kind of reports like these begin to appear where back spasms, players develop back spasms out of the blue. Very unhealthy, extremely unhealthy. What
Yeah.
is happening right now is a joke. You are talking about a senior India cricketer. We were expecting him to be our main leading batsman in this series against England. Not only is he playing the test match, we didn't know why he was playing it. No clarity was there. On top of it, media reports were published stating a particular reason. And now we come to know, obviously, those media reports were false. Why? Because the BCCI has come out and made a statement.
Yes.
You see how hollow things are once you kind of, look behind the curtain.
Hmm.
And I hope, and I think it's a good step that finally I'm seeing this cricket board put its foot down and say enough is enough, because I don't know how much is enough for these guys. So
Yeah.
finally at least they're doing something, and I'm going to come back to Ishan. So yeah, so much.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about Ishan Kishan in much more detail as we go further in this live session. But Sahil, I actually wanted to know a bit more about Shreyas Iyer. Behind the cameras, we were just talking about Shreyas Iyer, and as the central contract is from October 23 to September 24, we were just, recollecting what all Shreyas Iyer played. He was there for the World Cup. He was there for South Africa series. He wasn't selected for the Afghanistan T20 series. He played a Ranji Trophy match just before the India-England series. He was available for the first two test matches where he didn't perform well. And then he was dropped for the three test matches in the five-match series against England. And we were just trying to connect all the dots that, what might have gone wrong with Shreyas Iyer. Well, Srini has pretty much explained all the reasons, but I want to know more about Shreyas Iyer because from the cricketing front, it seems that he was participating in all the matches and pretty much everything was going all right. But where did the vehicle go wrong then, Sahil?
I think he could have well got a promotion had this drama not happened, because he ticked the boxes when it came to performance and like playing all three formats. But where he kind of did irk people who matter was after the hide and seek he played with regards to his back injury. February 9th, 1:15 p.m., I did the story that Shreyas Iyer is in the firing line because of his poor form. We at CricketNext did that story that he's in the firing line for poor form, not any back injury or back spasm. I clearly quoted a
Yes.
very senior BCCI official who said, "Did you not see his run out of Ben Stokes, a single-handed run out which he did?" And now there are reports floating around that he can't play more than a certain number of deliveries. That was all false. That was all wrong. Nothing of that sorts happened. He was very much fit. He was very much available. He was dropped because of a string of low scores, and just to kind of control the situation and do some damage control. I don't know how
Hmm.
that narrative was floated around, which Trini was talking about, of him kind of continuing with the back injury, and then he used it as an excuse because see, IPL aa raha hai. I'll use that word IPL because it needs to be said, because इस context के अंदर IPL बहुत important है with regards to what is happening with these players. IPL aa raha hai. Shreyas obviously didn't want to risk himself for those 2-3 Ranji Trophy games for Mumbai. He could have well played last group game, the quarterfinal against Baroda at home, and now he has made himself available for the semi-final only after intervention of the NCA. मतलब इतना ड्रामा
Hmm.
हो गया था ऑलरेडी कि एनसीए हैड टू इंटरवीन. अगर एनसीए
Yep.
इंटरवीन नहीं करता तो श्रेयस अभी भी बोलता मैं अनफिट हूं, और वो अभिषेक नायर के साथ केकेआर एकेडमी में प्रैक्टिस शुरू कर देता अपना आईपीएल का. We wouldn't have even known about it. So NCA had to intervene because dirt had hit the ceiling by now. इतना सब कुछ हो गया था, and they are not dropped because, so I'll what I make of it is they are not excluded from the contracted list because of just not playing Ranji Trophy. It's because of the tantrums which they have shown. It's because of the hide and
Yeah.
seek which they have played. रणजी ट्रॉफी सिर्फ ये दोनों लौते खिलाड़ी नहीं है जो नहीं खेले, पर जो इन्होंने रायता फैलाया है ना, लाइक ईशान का सिचुएशन छोड़ो, मतलब ठीक है उस सिचुएशन पे वी कैन अग्री डिसअग्री विद व्हाट हैपेंड इन साउथ अफ्रीका, बट द फैक्ट इज ही डिड नॉट प्ले दोस 5 रणजी ट्रॉफी गेम्स. That too after the board secretary clearly asked the centrally contracted players to play. कौन बोल रहा था आप 7 गेम लगातार खेलो? श्रेयस अय्यर को भी सिमिलर अल्टीमेटम गया था, एक गेम खेलना था
Hmm.
आपको. इस टाइम
Hmm.
पे सेंट्रली कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड प्लेयर्स में बहुत रेयर ऐसे प्लेयर्स हैं जो सातों रणजी ट्रॉफी गेम्स खेले हैं. except the ones who are no
Yes.
longer in the scheme of things. So it just wasn't them not playing Ranji Trophy, but I think more than that, it was the drama which they created off the field. They were not reachable, not traceable. Ishan was focusing on his fitness, far away from home, far away from his domestic side. Shreyas Iyer was saying back spasm, back injury, back trouble, 40 ball, 45 ball. This was not required. वो अगर ना होता तो आज ही शायद फिर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले लेते. रणजी ट्रॉफी ना खेल के भी पहली बार नहीं हुआ है कि कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड प्लेयर रणजी ट्रॉफी नहीं खेल रहा. बहुत बार हुआ है. मतलब श्रीनी, जेमी, ताउस भाई, they would have seen more instances where the regular players who have been out of scheme of things just don't play Ranji Trophy even when they are available. But this is just the mess which has been created by both of them. I think that wasn't required, especially after the ultimatum which was sent to all state associations, centrally contracted players, targeted players. Now, for instance, Umran Malik didn't play all Ranji Trophy games for J&K. He's still in the centrally contracted pool of players. Fast bowlers का एक अलग bracket आया है जिसके अंदर 4-5 और promising fast bowlers name हुए. उमरान नहीं खेला. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि जो प्लेयर नहीं खेला उनको आपने पनिश किया. पनिश आपने इन लोग को किया क्योंकि ये ओवर स्मार्टनेस वाज एट डिस्प्ले. So that was wrong. And Shreyas was dropped. I'll say it again. I said it on February 9th. Shreyas was dropped because of a string of low scores. And he just tried to do some sort of damage control, which didn't help anyone.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about a few points that you mentioned here, Sahil. But before that, would request my producer to paste the link of Sahil's story in the comment section so that our viewers can go back to the story that Cricket Next did, that Sahil mentioned earlier in his comment. Jamie, clearly BCCI has put out a statement how important it was for all the players and for everyone, for that matter, to know that, such kind of decisions, such kind of steps should be taken, and they're very important for the healthy working of the whole cricket circle.
No, if we take it at surface level, if we take it at face value, it's a very good statement. Like I said a couple of days ago, is this going to apply to our superstars? No, it's not. If Ishan Kishan apparently turned his back on red ball cricket, Hardik Pandya did the same 6 years ago. He's still walking around with a grade A contract. The guy misses 6 months a cricket of year. He's walking around with a grade A contract. Why horses for courses when it comes here? Is Shreyas Iyer the first major Indian cricketer to allegedly plant a story and fake an injury? A former India Test captain did that. A former Test player did that in 1999. So it's all good to go hoo-ha about this. Is this going to matter 6 months down the line? I think Srini, Tausbai, we've seen enough Test cricket. I mean, Ishan Kishan had eight matches, not 5, to go play. He didn't play. Fair enough. I've said this for the last 2 months. He has turned his back on Test cricket. But like Srini said, he still wants to play one day. Does that mean you have to strip him of a central contract? Soft target. No, Ishan Kishan, 25, not a fixture. Like I've reminded everyone who watches the show, he's only playing as much cricket because Rishabh Pant happened to have the wrong time to go for a night drive to Roorkee, right? Like I said, if Hardik Pandya is still walking around with an A contract when he literally plays 6 months of the year, I think it's a bit of a soft target. But yes, from a wider picture, it's good that the stance was taken. But again, Shreyas Iyer scored 550 odd runs in the World Cup. Far more valuable player. Yes, he didn't go for one match, but Ishan Kishan skipped 8 matches. 8 Ranji matches against 1. Like I said, soft targets, both these players. A statement had to be made, but yeah, let's go after some bigger fish next time around, BCCI.
Okay, let's hear out from Taus. I'll come to you, Srini, and I'll take that point of Hardik Pandya and Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan being soft targets. But first of all, let's hear from Taus what he feels. Taus, do you think that Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer are the soft targets in such case? Because Jamie mentioned that ऐसे तो पहले भी हुआ है, लेकिन obviously it's a good step. But do you think these two have been made the soft targets in such case?
Actually, it's music to my ears right now because I've never seen something like this after a long time. BCCI has been vocal, as Srinivas said earlier, that you had never seen in the last many years, that now BCCI has shown that at least they are bigger than the players. Otherwise, players used to think, putting up the collar and thinking that we are the biggest superstars out there on the field. But this is something really, really a great move, I would say. At least they have shown something to these youngsters People who,
Hmm.
who want to ignore, who want to choose IPL over uh, Ranji Trophy, domestic cricket, or whatever you say. But then this is a great move, I would say. Soft targets, definitely. Jamie, I agree. करता हूँ. Ishan Kishan would have been handled well. I mean, it started from where exactly? This guy was benched, warming the bench during the World Cup. Then he might have gone through some mental fatigue and all. He asked for a break, and then things unfolded. Dravid asking him to play some matches. He could have gone on to play matches. He should have played if he was really interested. Then the news of Shreyas Iyer coming in, bhai, I'm not available for the test matches. Having been cleared from available for the Ranji Trophy, having been cleared from the NCA. Surprisingly, I mean, the certain BCCI got a clarification from NCA. Bhai, this guy is fit, available, he can play. बट बाद में तुम वहां से आने के बाद कंप्लेन कर रहे हो कि मैं फिट नहीं हूँ एंड देन सडनली नेक्स्ट डे आफ्टर 2-3 days his name is there in the semi-final squad of Mumbai Ranji Trophy team. So
Hmm.
I think it's a great move. I would back this move completely. And Jai Shah had said, remember, during one of the before the Rajkot test matches, ki, bhai, how important is it? And everybody was,
Yeah.
I mean, laughing off कि यार जब सीजन खत्म हो गया है रणजी ट्रॉफी का तो आप बोल
Hmm.
रहे हो कि भाई अब क्या खेलेगा इतना स्ट्रिक्ट रूल आ रहे हो और you're asking them to play when the season is over. But now look at this. I mean, this guy is serious about things happening in Indian cricket. कितना भी हम लोग बोले, but he seems to be serious. So I think it's a good move, a lesson for people who are not serious about longer format. At least I believe longer format. I mean, they should be serious. So yeah, it's a great move.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Although थोड़ा
Okay.
unfair है श्रेयस अय्यर के लिए, but yeah, थोड़ा देखना चाहिए.
Hmm. Okay, well, we have talked about Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan at length till now. We'll obviously be coming back to Ishan Kishan's topic. But one question that's coming round and again in the comment section and on social media and on all different platforms is that why Hardik Pandya is in A category. And I think Shini will be the right one to explain that. Shini, you're on mute. Would request you to unmute and please
Good
answer that one
question.
for us.
Good question. Yeah, yeah. So remember, again, fault doesn't lie with Hardik. Fault lies with the BCCI. As much as I'm surprised that they have given this line on Shreyas and Ishan Kishan, and I'm saying that I've rarely seen BCCI being this vocal and actually naming cricketers. Much of their problem also lies in the fact that they are not so vocal at so many times. Now, after I complete this, I would like to, ask Sahil Malhotra to add to add the numbers to what I'm going to say, because he will have an idea, because he's covering very regularly. If you kind of take a step back and look at the white ball matches that India has played vis-a-vis and alongside that Hardik Pandya's availability,
Hmm.
you will be surprised that barring this year's what is the match, what matches did he miss? He missed the T20s against Afghanistan, right?
South
Yeah.
Africa series,
South
Australia
Africa.
T20s,
Yeah.
and World Cup
So
matches.
prior to
Yeah.
his World Cup injury, prior to that, if you were to look at the white ball matches, he really hasn't missed a lot of white ball cricket for India.
Hmm.
Okay. Number two, right now he's officially on a break.
Yeah.
He is recovering. He wants to think long term. He knew that he wasn't going to be in contention for the India versus England test series. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is what was going to be the highlight of these 2 months. He knew that very well. Now, I don't want to, kind of take a step further than this and say whether he's interested in red ball, not interested in red ball. Apropos that, he was not available. That does
Hmm.
not mean that Hardik Pandya is not your important cog in the wheel where white ball cricket is concerned. When the T20 squad gets named, he is, your most important player on the team list. He's the vice captain there. He's going to be there on the trip. So now there seems to be this wrong narrative in trying to think that Hardik doesn't want to play.
Hmm.
What Hardik wants to play is the question. not whether Hardik wants to play or not. Right now, I don't know how much I can impress this upon the listeners. Hardik has officially been on a break, which is why he was not considered for selection. It's not like he was picked and dropped or not considered for selection because he's not in the right form or because he's been underperforming. He is not being considered for selection primarily because he's not available. He has been trying to take baby steps back after going through an 18-month program. I think Sahil Malhotra again has run a story on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because kind of people don't seem to be taking a lot of interest, but some of the finest reporting that has happened over all of this has happened on the CricketNext platform. On what Sahil has been writing, and he's been on the ball in terms of helping readers understand why Hardik had taken the break.
Yeah.
Everything was explained. Please go read that story. So, this Ankar Biswas statement saying Hardik should have been in play to he too is playing smartly. Not about smartly. He wants to think long term. There is a T20 World Cup coming straight after the IPL. Let's not live in a dream world where we say IPL is not important. IPL is extremely important for any wide ball cricketer with dreams. IPL is the stage in the world right now. There's nothing bigger than that for wide ball cricket.
Yeah.
Okay? So he will play the IPL. Obviously, he wants to keep himself fit post the IPL because the World T20 is coming. He wants to go to the West Indies. That's a format he knows he can own. So these are important things for which he wants to. And then, there is a lot of white ball cricket coming between now. The next year, again, you have the Champions Trophy. The next year, again, you have a T20 World Cup, and he's thinking long term.
Yeah.
Been included in Grade B contracts primarily because he's a very vital T20 or white ball cricketer, and the BCCI knows that the day he's back, he's the first name that walks in. So keeping this in mind is why they have included him, which is the same thing that the BCCI should have done with Ishan Kishan. Why did they not do the same thing with Ishan Kishan? Is because Mr. Ishan Kishan seems to have raised a personal issue. He has a personal problem with some people in this Indian team management, which is why I am understanding that Mr. Rahul Dravid came to that press conference and said things on the lines that we want to watch him play more cricket. What cricket were you watching when he scored 200 runs? What cricket were you watching? He does not want to play test cricket because he knows that how much ever he plays test cricket, you will find a way for others, which you did by dropping him in South Africa. Did you, as a coach, how old is Rahul Dravid? 50 years old. Did you not find it important that you should have called a 23, 24-year-old boy, made him sit there and understand, even if you thought he was doing wrong? Instead of going in front of the media and saying rubbish, absolute rubbish, something like, oh, I want to watch him play some more cricket. Where were you when he was actually playing cricket? You dropped him. The very next game, you dropped him. What kind of confidence did you give a young boy? He was 23 then, scored a double 100. How many cricketers have scored a double 100? Has Mr. Rahul Dravid scored a double 100? Does he know the importance of what it takes to score a double 100 in white ball cricket? Were you a bloody good enough white ball cricketer to the extent that some of today's players are? Because you are who you are, you try to think that your narrative is the narrative. No, it is not. And because you think you are God's gift, that's why you can come and give these statements, and a 24-year-old boy will automatically be wrong. Why? Because you are Rahul Dravid, right? It is so easy for you to step aside and put aside a 24-year-old, throw him into the dumps. I'm extremely disappointed by that man. And this is a result of all of that nonsense. Go ask Ishan Kishan, do you want to play test cricket? Because he definitely wants to play T20 cricket. He took a break after coming back. I don't think there is any harm. He may have misbehaved. That's wrong. But if a 23-year-old is not going to misbehave, who is going to? Me? I don't understand this logic. So cut some slack. Call the cricketer. Talk to him. Powerful men with big egos across the system. whether it is BCCI, Indian team management, big people, big egos, cut it down. Keep it at home. Deal with a 24-year-old like you should deal with a 24-year-old. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, the 2 points, there are two cases here in what Srini said. One is about Hardik Pandya, the other one is about Ishan Kishan. First, let's talk about Hardik Pandya because Sahil Malhotra did a story back in December 2023 where he actually explained the 18-week program for Hardik Pandya and how he'll be recovering and everything around that. Sahil, would request you to extend on what Srini mentioned about Hardik Pandya and why Pandya deserves to be in A category.
See, first of all, had that change of heart not happened at the BCCI, Hardik Pandya was going to lead India in the 2024 T20 World Cup. He was given strong feelers about that, and that is why every time he came out to lead India in limited overs format before this announcement happened, he spoke about the team as his team. The way he was speaking, the way he was taking different decisions, the way he was leading the boys out in the park, he was going to be a T20 captain and ODI captain after the ODI World Cup. A change of heart happened. Things took a turn back towards Rohit Sharma. Hardik still remains in the leadership group. If you're talking about the number of games people are playing, how many T20 internationals has Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli played in the last 12 months? That also has to be a criteria, right, for you to be in A plus category. Or how many games consistently Jasprit Bumrah has played to be in that category. So, all these things are just not based on numbers because the recommendations are sent by chairman of selection committee, which is Ajit Agarkar. They are ratified by BCCI secretary. So we need to take all those things into account. One thing is numbers, number of games played, but then it is also rewarding a player about what they have done for the country in the last 12 months and what role they expect them to play in the coming future. And with Hardik, things are pretty clear. He's going to be our most important player in the T20 World Cup. That is why he has been away from cricket. Was he away from cricket before the 2023 ODI World Cup? No. India played 55 T20s and Pandya featured in 38 of them from 2022, which is a good enough number, right? How many did Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma play? Nothing before the Afghanistan series. Out of 50 ODI games, Hardik played 23. This was keeping in mind his rotation and workload management, which was not insisted by him, but by the NCA and the BCCI medical team. And the person who's heading NCA right now is probably the sharpest fitness brain in the country right now. Will you question, or am I in the position to question someone as credible as Nitin Patel, who recently kind of burst the bubble about Shreyas Iyer also? So all these things need to be taken into account, and why he has been missing cricket since then, because there were predominantly we were playing a lot of red ball cricket. So there was no way to get off that program, which was aimed at his longevity and the cricket which lies ahead. And there's a lot of white ball cricket. There are only 2 home series, and then there's Australia away tour. So I don't even see Hardik playing the Zimbabwe series after the T20 World Cup. Why would you risk him there? Would you not wrap your most premier all-rounder in cotton wool? And why wouldn't you do that? Name me 2 bowlers who are consistently bowling at 145 and scoring runs at number 5 right now. आपके रेगुलर बॉल 140 नहीं फेंक रहे और यहाँ पे आपके ऑलराउंडर है 145 फेंक रहे हैं, और फिर हम क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं वो ग्रेड ए में क्यों है, ग्रेड बी में क्यों नहीं है, ग्रेड सी में क्यों नहीं है? डू यू थिंक हार्दिक नीड्स दिस मनी एनी विच वे? इस ग्रेड से उसको कुछ फर्क पड़ने वाला है? और ये पैसों का तो बात भी नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट अबाउट the importance which this player brings to Indian cricket's ecosystem. Jay Shah clearly on record mentioned he's part of our leadership group. He is my vice captain. A secretary has announced months before the World Cup. The announcement of captaincy should have happened ideally, but that's a debate for a different day. But Hardik was supposed to lead the side at 2024 T20 World Cup. He's the vice captain. He's part of the leadership group in the ODIs. So why wouldn't he be in grade A? I don't understand where that argument is coming from. And if it is because he's picking and choosing games, he himself is not picking and choosing games. He would have played the complete World Cup had that freak injury not happened, and that was not a fitness related injury. अभी भी वो कल डीवाई पाटिल में आके 3 ओवर नॉन स्टॉप डाला है, तेज डाला है, 2 विकेट लिए. तो ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब हमने परसेप्शन बना रखा है हार्दिक का कि बहुत फ्रेजाइल क्रिकेटर है, चलते चलते गिरा तो 12 महीने के लिए बाहर हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है यार, मेहनत करता है वो भी. मतलब इट्स जस्ट दैट थिंग्स हैव टेकन a turn in the unfortunate direction for him, but he has been working hard on his body, and he's clearly following the advice of NCA and BCCI. It's not that he's operating अपना मतलब मनमर्जी कर रहा है, जो मन आएगा वही करेगा. ऐसा नहीं है. ये questions last time भी उठे थे. I clearly remember this debate which picked up when Saurav Ganguly was BCCI president. Hardik Pandya was nearing return to professional cricket after the back surgery. So Ganguly made a comment in the media that he should be playing Ranji Trophy. No, Mr. Saurav Ganguly, he shouldn't be playing Ranji Trophy. इतने लंबे इंटरवल के बाद अगर वो आके क्रिकेट खेलेगा, पहले 4 ओवर का मैच खेलेगा. जैसे इन्होंने बोला, जैसे जसप्रीत बुमराह ने आयरलैंड सीरीज के साथ रिटर्न किया था. So it's not just about playing Ranji Trophy for the sake of it, boss. It's about understanding what a cricketer's body can take.
अरे जो रणजी ट्रॉफी खेल रहा है उस पे ध्यान नहीं देते हो, जो नहीं खेलना चाहता है उसको जबरदस्ती रणजी ट्रॉफी खिलवाना चाहते हो. क्या पागलपन है. जो खेल रहा है, पहली बात तो तुम अगर ढंग से सिलेक्ट करते, सिलेक्शन रखते, तो एक सरफराज खान और रजत पाटीदार टेस्ट क्रिकेट 1 साल पहले खेल जाते. सरफराज खान कम से कम 1-1.5 साल पहले टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेल जाता अगर तुमको रणजी ही फॉलो करना था. तो जो खेलना नहीं चाहता उसको जबरदस्ती बैल माफिक तुम बांध के उसको लेके जाओ रणजी खिलवाने के लिए, और जो नहीं खेलना चाहता है, जो नहीं खेलना चाहता, और जो खेल रहा है उसको तुम कंसिडर नहीं करना चाहते. ये तो, और बाय द वे एक और चीज, जस्ट टू मेक माय पॉइंट हियर, these contracts are not at all about money. This is missing the forest for the trees. This money is not even kind of works like a toothpick for these guys. They earn in crores in IPL. This money is nothing. This money is not. This is about being an India contracted cricketer. It's about respect. If you see it that way, then fine. Otherwise, there's no point.
Well, we can surely say that Hardik Pandya's case is different, and Srini and Sahil explained it in detail, how and why. And if anyone wants more explanation to it, I would request all our viewers to go back to Sahil's story once again. You can read all the details over there, what happened with Hardik Pandya during the World Cup and how his injury was treated and how he's going about his injury and everything over there. But let's also talk about Ishan Kishan on the basis of stats, purely based on stats. And for that, I'll go to Jamie. Jamie, the last test match that Ishan played was in July 2023. That was against West Indies. The last ODI that he played was on October 11th against Afghanistan in Delhi during the ODI World Cup 2023. The last T20 match that he played was on 28th of November against Australia in the T20 series. Do you think he not getting the chances in India's 11 is some sort of, biasness, or things have been unfair with him when it comes to the matches and the selection?
The only unfair thing I see is that all of a sudden, and I was the first one on our panel to say, what the hell is the BCCI doing? It was making KL Rahul the wicketkeeper. If I have any sympathy for Ishan Kishan, it was that suddenly in South Africa, they made KL Rahul a keeper, who I think had kept in 2, if not 3 first-class matches. KL Rahul enjoys superstar status in dressing rooms where Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul are around. Right. This is why I've been saying Virat Kohli, KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, despite not playing a T20I for 14 months, right? 2 of them were called right back. This is why I'm saying, this is why I say the word soft targets. How can the same Jai Shah not even surmise but state कि मैं दावे से कह सकता हूं कि हम बारबेडोस में T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे रोहित शर्मा के अंडर. तो भैया 14 महीने तक कहां थे आपके रोहित शर्मा? I didn't get a chance to speak, but I'm putting Virat Kohli, Ashwin as well. The guy plays one format. What's he doing? This is again, Shini's got a point. The money doesn't matter, but it's the perception. When guys are playing one format for year on year or 2 formats, why are they in higher category? क्योंकि उन्होंने देश के लिए किया कुछ. ठीक है, I'll buy it, right? But I don't. Like I said, Ishan Kishan played 49 international games. So Ramya, 49 international games since the 3rd week of December when Rishabh Pant went on that unfortunate escapade, right? I think he's got 49 too many. So to my book, he's the last person to complain. आपको 49 मिले हैं एक प्लेयर के unfortunate accident के कारण. खुश रहो इसमें यार.
Well, that's true, and वहीं से वो पूरा डिस्कशन शुरू होता है ना जेमी कि किसको कहाँ पर चांस मिला और कहाँ पर नहीं मिला. But I think everything in the discussion now is after December. Like December 2023 के बाद से चीजें बहुत ज़्यादा बदलने लगी, and everybody started to talk about Ishan Kishan, why he's on a break, what is he doing on his break, why he's not playing Ranji Trophy matches, what is he doing, why now he is playing DY Patil, and a lot of things are going around. Well, Sahil has to say something, so
No,
yes, Sahil, please
I
go ahead.
just wanted to like bring the players playing particular format and still being in grade A. So just like bringing that point. So Jamie, by long time back, BCCI had taken the decision because there were certain test regulars who didn't have an IPL contract. So with regards to Cheteshwar Pujara, basically, so just to reward test regulars, they had decided to give them a promotion of sorts in grades when it came to central contracts. So I think तभी आपको अश्विन पुजारा अपने पीक ईयर्स के अंदर ग्रेड ए बी के अंदर ही ऊपर नीचे करते हुए दिखेंगे. So that is why Ashwin, even after playing one format, because he plays Test cricket, because Pujara only played Test cricket, and Rahane also for a long time played only Test cricket. Tabhi these guys were between grade A and grade B. Like this was decided.
And that's also
4-5 years
why
back.
the same Chetesh Pujara is not there now, because it's very obvious.
Yeah.
He's not playing India anymore. Same for Umesh. So I get it. They're not playing, you drop it.
No, same. Umesh, Yuzvendra Chahal, Deepak Hooda, Shikhar Dhawan, Ajinkya Rahane, all these guys were part of annual contracts last time around, but because they did not meet the minimum criteria of playing certain amount of games, so that is why they are no longer in the scheme of things. But I'm very surprised why Aksar has been dropped to B. You shouldn't have been dropped.
Sahil, while we're talking about grade A players, we have a question from our producer only. The question is about the grade A reservation. Don't you think that A grade should be completely reserved for 3 format players or test cricketers?
No. That logic shouldn't apply, because if Ashwin is your number one test bowler, I'm not talking about Jadeja right now, वो तो A+ में है शायद. अगर अश्विन आपको टेस्ट मैचेस जितवा रहा है और आप टेस्ट क्रिकेट को प्रायोरिटाइज कर रहे हो क्योंकि आप रणजी को प्रायोरिटाइज कर रहे हो, so Ashwin deserves to be in grade A. That is why Cheteshwar Pujara deserves to be in grade A when he was, delivering the goods for India. That is why Rahane deserves to be in grade A or grade B. ये सिर्फ ऐसा इतना मैथमेटिकली नहीं है, तभी मैं कहता हूँ उसके अंदर बहुत सब्जेक्टिव और परफॉर्मेंस बेस्ड इवैल्यूएशंस होती है. That is why you seek input from the chairman of selection committee. Otherwise, this would have been a clerical exercise done by some of the BCCI office bearers, right? उसमें selector के input इसीलिए आते हैं because you need to take all these things into account, and that is why you see Ajit Agarkar's input being so valuable in what has happened.
हालांकि if अगर आप मतलब just to take it further, I am not very convinced why Ravindra Jadeja should be in grade A+. For me, Mohammad Shami is a grade A+ cricketer. You see the way he performed in the World Cup. He was India's player in the World Cup. Barring that, he's been your most prized asset in red ball cricket. He is the guy you worry about when you think that ये आदमी चला गया तो इंडियन क्रिकेट के पास ऐसा बॉलर फिर वापस कब आएगा, आपको ये सोचने पे मजबूर कर देता है. And by virtue of that, Mohammad Shami deserves a grade A+. So these are things that obviously kind of need a lot more talking, but I am not very convinced with Ravindra Jadeja just because he's an all format player. No, I don't think so. So again, I think what Sahil says obviously has a lot of merit there, and somebody like Shami deserved a grade A1, A+.
Okay, well, we have talked a lot about grade A+, A, B, and C. Let's also move to a special paragraph which was there in the press release sent by BCCI, and that was about how selection committee recommended fast bowling contracts. Taus, how do you see these contracts? We have players like Akashdeep, Vijay Kumar, Umran, Yash, and Vidwat Kavarappa. How do you see this recommendation by the selection committee?
Great move, great moves for these guys. Umran Malik, he's not seen for a long time. Yash Dayal, he's been there. He's knocking the doors for some time. You might see him bowling with them. Suddenly, Akashdeep, you know what exactly he did in the first test match on his debut. It's definitely a motivating factor for a lot of guys. Fast bowling, especially. We were seen struggling in South Africa, right? Prasidh Krishna, we had a lot of expectations from him. We had a lot of expectations from Mukesh Kumar in India when we were playing. And suddenly you find them struggling in friendly conditions. And then Mukesh Kumar, despite experience lacking those skills to bowl in India, despite being an experienced guy in domestic cricket. So yeah, I mean something like this is definitely going to help these guys. Akash Deep, especially the way he bowled in the first Test match, and Umran. Some of them have to work a lot on their bowling, but then if you, it's like a carrot. So अगर आपने आगे दिया है, so they will definitely get motivated, and it's a happy move. Yeah, a lot of youngsters will be excited and motivated to come and deliver.
What does it mean, but I mean, does anybody know?
What?
What does it mean? Recommendation of fast bowling.
Fast bowling.
So this is basically BCCI had rolled out fast bowling contracts. वही मैं बता रहा हूँ. They have identified certain players who have done well in the domestic circuit who are, जैसे वो targeted player list एक word use होता है ना, targeted players. So ये targeted players के अंदर है. So they want in development of them, looking after them throughout the year, sending them on.
क्या contract होगा?
हाँ,
या अलग से
monetary रहेगा कुछ, monetary पैसा तो मिलेगा. I think last year they had decided, I'm not sure about the amount, they had decided last year कि ये लोग अब फास्ट बॉलर्स को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देंगे ताकि फास्ट बॉलर्स का ईयर राउंड डेवलपमेंट देखते रहेंगे.
तो ये क्या अलग से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, फास्ट बॉलिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा?
हाँ, this is separate from grade A, B, C. This is like not, मतलब वो वाले ग्रेड वाले कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स नहीं है. This is purely for fast bowlers. हाँ,
इन लोगों ने अनाउंस किया है इससे पहले.
इन्होंने लास्ट ईयर कुछ किया था कि दैट दे वांट टू आइडेंटिफाई फास्ट बॉलर्स एंड हैंड देम आउट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. आई थिंक राहुल या रवि के टेन्योर के अंदर इट वाज, द आइडिया वाज फ्लोटेड, देन कैरिड आउट ड्यूरिंग राहुल्स टर्म. कुछ था, मतलब इट वाज ऑलवेज इन द पाइपलाइन दैट दे विल डू समथिंग लाइक दिस फॉर फास्ट बॉलर्स जस्ट टू इंश्योर फास्ट बॉलिंग हेल्थ इन द कंट्री.
तो only fast bowlers who have yet to play, मतलब find their place in India, or all fast bowlers? No,
all fast bowlers, irrespective whether you have played for India or not, because इसमें सिर्फ उमरान खेला है इंडिया के लिए और कोई नहीं खेला.
ये बताओ, लिस्ट बताओ.
हाँ, just flag, can we flag? So
Akashdeep
and Umran खेले. Yeah, Vyashak is Karnataka bowler, Yash Dayal UP bowler, Kavarappa is Karnataka bowler. Vyashak and Kavarappa have been very consistent in the domestic circuit. Yash Dayal has been on their radar because they don't have left arm seamers in the country beyond Aniket Chaudhary to look forward to.
तो मुकेश कुमार ने ऐसा क्या किया है कि ग्रेड सी में गया है, और आकाशदीप जो है,
मुकेश कुमार गेम ज्यादा खेला ना. मुकेश कुमार वेस्ट इंडीज टूर पूरा खेला. वेस्ट इंडीज टूर, हाँ, वाइड नहीं, टेस्ट भी खेला ना वो. मुकेश मेड हिज डेब्यू.
हाँ, तो उतना. Akashdeep has also made his debut. Mukesh played one test match. Akashdeep played one test match.
No. Mukesh played just one test in this series. No.
Oh yeah.
दो उसमें भी खेला था, 3 हो गए, और फिर ODI और T20 भी खेला हुआ है, इसीलिए.
हाँ, okay.
Akashdeep का they'll consider later.
Yeah. So I think, according to the reports that also Sahil mentioned right now, that all these 5 players will be working closely with the BCCI, and, their track will be maintained all through the year. But I think Sahil will be able to give us more inputs.
There was Mohsin Khan also on this list. Like, they were kind of looking to like keep track of him, but his shoulder troubles just haven't gone away. That is why he has missed a lot of red ball cricket for UP this season also. I think खेला ही नहीं वो रणजी ट्रॉफी. तो मोहसिन खान का भी नाम बहुत चल रहा था इस लिस्ट में आने का, बट वो भी इसीलिए नहीं आ पाया.
ओके.
स्पिनर्स को क्यों नहीं रखा यार? आई मीन यहाँ पर कबर्ड इतना ग्रेट नहीं है. आप स्पिनर्स का देखोगे तो आई मीन लुक एट द पूल.
हाँ, आई थिंक वेरी वैलिड सिलेक्शन. हाँ, मैं तो कल इनफैक्ट किसी से बात कर रहा था, सब कह रहे थे कि इंडिया क्या नाम है अगले 3 साल घर पे हारेगा नहीं. तो मैं तो वही बोल रहा था, जब तक अश्विन जडेजा आए सिर्फ तब तक नहीं हारोगे. ऑफ स्पिनर तो पूरी कंट्री में नहीं दिख रहा अभी. That's what. Yeah.
Okay. Well, apart from all these pointers, there's also another pointer in BCCI Central Contracts press release. In that, there's a paragraph that's written that the players who will meet the criteria of playing 3 test matches, 8 ODIs, and 10 T20Is, they'll be automatically included in grade C on a pro rata basis. And that's that. In that case, there were examples of Dhruv Jurel and Sarfaraz Khan as well, as both the players have played 2 test matches in the ongoing India-England 5-match test series. If they play in the 5th test match, they'll be included in the grade C. So that's another key point from the central contract list. Now we'll move to our rapid fire round. Would request our producer to please take questions that we haven't discussed in the live session, because there were a lot of questions about Hardik Pandya, Ishan, we have already discussed. So would request new questions for this rapid fire round, please. And let's start with the first one. BCCI should now ensure test players are paid the highest, at least 50 lakh per game, at least. Can that happen, Srini?
Will it happen? BCCI भगवान जानता है वो क्या करते हैं क्या नहीं करते हैं, but the recommendation is extremely important. Raise the bar high for India matches, for a top India player. You put that price on that contract and say that, we are going to, पैसा कम नहीं है BCCI के पास. BCCI has got lots of money. So you put that money out, raise the bar and say, this is what you can aim to earn from a top central contract in BCCI if you really kind of put your test credentials or Team India credentials to that order. I think that's a very good suggestion. And we've spoken about this also earlier. Raising the bar is extremely important.
Okay. Next question, please. BCCI must put in a salary cap in the IPL auction for such cricketers. Example, 3 crores for Ishan, and even though he's sold for 10 crores, he'll only be paid 3, and the rest 7 will go in the BCCI.
No. It's been tried before. It was tried 12, 14 years ago. It doesn't work. It will not work. It's a free market. What you earn, you take home. It's like Vian Singh works for, so you you do a job at whatever level, you get paid 1 lakh rupees a month. The employer will say 30,000 will go to you, 70,000 will go to your family. Will you be okay with it? No.
Okay, next one, please. What are the exact terms of a fast bowling contract? Tanmay Patel, we already discussed this. Would request you to please go back to the live session where Sahil explained what exactly fast bowling contract is, and we have 5 players in that contract list. How will BCCI draw the line if player is committed to first class or not? Players like KL, Hardik to elongate their injuries and recover as soon as IPL tournament starts, but no one questions them. Sports fan, again, we have discussed this in detail in this live session. We had a long chat around Hardik Pandya, so would request you to please go back to that discussion. We would be happy answering you on other questions if you have any. What about Yuzvendra Chahal? Okay, Sankar Biswas would have loved if Yuzvendra Chahal's name would have been there in the list. Jamie?
Discussed it so many times. Ever since Rohit Sharma became the captain, Chahal's stocks have dipped significantly. So I think the fact that he's in the same category as Umesh, Rahane, Pujara means that his days in India cricketer are probably over.
Okay. Next question, please. This one's for Sahil. I don't see both Ishan and Iyer playing for India in near future. Your thoughts?
No, this can't happen. अगर ये हुआ तो फिर आप कुछ you're making it personal with them. This can't happen. Why will this happen? I don't see this happen. I think Ishan and Iyer both don't stand a chance to make the T20 squad, World Cup squad for sure. जगह ही नहीं है दोनों का. But Zimbabwe वाला सीरीज में तो मेरे को दोनों खेलते दिख रहे हैं. क्यों नहीं खेलेंगे? मतलब why will they not play? Like they're not bad cricketers, right?
But you don't think he's in line for the T20 World Cup? Why not? He has very good numbers in T20.
Who, Jamie bhai? Ishan,
he'll go. Unless he has a horrible IPL.
No, but where will you bat him? You don't need a wicketkeeper for top order, right?
So Jadeja is a number one keeper. Jadeja,
and I think my wild card is going to be Dhruv Jurel. If Rajasthan bat him at 5, make strong feeling. ईशान को आप ऊपर नहीं खिला सकते ना. कहाँ खिलाओगे आप ऊपर?
He did well in the West Indies last year.
Listen,
I'll blame in my 11.
That's a borrowed narrative. Okay. Ishan Kishan has played across in the batting order. He's played at number 5, number 4, number 3, number 1. Okay, he's been an opener for Mumbai Indians. What is IPL? Is IPL not a domestic tournament? Yeah. Let's not digress. Let's not get confused. IPL is not some दूसरे planet से आया हुआ tournament नहीं है. IPL भी जो है Indian domestic BCCI का domestic tournament ही है. T20 में benchmark है. वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा टूर्नामेंट है. अगर सेलेक्टर्स आईपीएल को देख के ढंग का टीम सेलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं तो सेलेक्टर्स का प्रॉब्लम है, आईपीएल का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अगर तुम 2020 में तुम वर्ल्ड टी20 का टीम सेलेक्ट करते हो, यजुवेंद्र चहल को नहीं लेके जाते हो, 2021 में फिर सेलेक्ट करते हो, चहल को लेके जाते हो और नहीं खिलाते हो, तो वो चहल का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, टूर्नामेंट का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वो सेलेक्टर्स का प्रॉब्लम है, टीम मैनेजमेंट का प्रॉब्लम है. ईशान किशन को तुमने ओपन करवाया है, ईशान किशन से तुमने नंबर 4 पे बैटिंग करवाया है, नंबर 5 पे बैटिंग कराया, कहां नहीं किया है वो? तुमने उसको ओडीआई खिलवाया है, 200 मारा है, किस हिसाब से उसका जगह नहीं बनता है स्क्वाड में? मेरे को पहले एक लॉजिक बताओ, ऑन व्हाट बेसिस इज ईशान किशन बीइंग ड्रॉप्ड फ्रॉम अ टी20 गेम? आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस एब्सोल्यूट रबिश.
No, but Srini, usme logic is because the moment you get those two elephants back in the 11, the only place you have for a wicket
Which
keeper.
elephants? Then call out the elephants.
Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli.
Exactly. Then call out the elephant. It is because of this stupidity. It is because of this stupidity that a youngster at 24 is not being allowed to find his rightful place in the squad. He deserves his place.
Because
और सिर्फ उसका नहीं है, अभी आगे
But that's what-
देखो, अगर ये
but that's what Srini-
है तो there is a danger that रिंकू सिंह ना खेल पाए 11 में.
क्योंकि आपको 6 नंबर पे कीपर चाहिए. मुझे नहीं लगता ईशान कैन बी योर फिनिशर. आई पर्सनली फील ही कांट बी योर फिनिशर.
Again, there is no setting the this thing here, bottom line, that this guy can only fit in this role. Whenever you have wanted a cricketer to raise the bar by changing the batting order or slot required, the cricketer has done it. So do not punish the cricketer for your stupidity by saying that he may not be able to do this because you have gone ahead and done something extremely stupid. BCCI and the selectors have decided that two cricketers who had not played T20 cricket for whatever number of months, for more than a year, have been brought
14.
back, and suddenly now we are questioning the existence and validity of a cricketer who was actually playing the format and doing decent. Now we are back to, so this is regressive thinking. Let us stick to the fact that here, do not blame the cricketer. See, this is why I have that problem with Rahul Dravid. You sit down and you talk to me about T20 cricket. You don't talk to me about, what your red ball priorities are. You ask that cricketer. I am saying if an Ishan Kishan doesn't want to play Test cricket, he doesn't want to play Test cricket. Why can't you respect that? You need to respect the fact that a cricketer doesn't want to play a particular format. He doesn't become a lesser human being because he doesn't want to play Test cricket. Remove that chip from your shoulder. And let the guy be. Now what जिसमें अच्छा कर रहा है वहां पे you raise a point, ask him. Instead, what do? You go and attend press conferences. Please be my guest. Come sit in front of me, and I'll have some questions to ask you. In trying to push players, just because others are so nasty, it's very well justified. I know, kind of youngsters who sit in press conferences today, don't really I don't know what questions are asked from these people. But more direct questions need to be asked when, statements like these are given in press conferences where the cricketer needs to play more cricket. What is he doing if he's not playing cricket? I mean, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
No, Srini,
But
I
will
just
it
want
not
to.
set a bad precedent when it comes to Ishan Kishan not playing at least domestic cricket or preferring T20 cricket over other formats? I mean, look at these youngsters coming up at the grassroots. I mean, they have already been brainwashed. When it comes to when they watch IPL, their only focus is T20 cricket. IPL में जाना है हमको white flannels तो पहनना ही नहीं है, कुछ ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है.
गलत नहीं है, कुछ गलत नहीं है.
It's in their mind.
और ऐसे
But
बहुत
once it
क्रिकेटर्स
comes
हैं
out openly,
उनको व्हाइट पहनना है और रेड बॉल क्रिकेट खेलना है, उनको मौका दो. आप उनको मौका दो.
Okay.
मैं बोलता हूँ कि आप जो इंडिया क्रिकेट देखो, आपका जो इंडिया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है ना, उसमें T20 को आप बाजू रखो, क्योंकि अगर आप T20 के अच्छे क्रिकेटर हो तो आपको फ्रेंचाइज पैसा दे ही देगा. अगर आपको फ्रेंचाइज पिक करके 10 करोड़ 15 करोड़ 20 करोड़ दे रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि आप सॉट आफ्टर T20 क्रिकेटर हो. आप जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की वैलिडिटी जो मिलती है आपको, जो रिस्पेक्ट आपको गेन करना है, वो एज एन इंडिया प्लेयर गेम करना है. द फ्यूचर ऑफ T20 restricts itself to around T20 leagues. Even a case of, let's say, are you picking a cricketer because he's doing well in Mushtaq Ali? Are you picking a Mushtaq Ali cricketer for India? You're not, right? You're picking an IPL cricketer for India, right? So please understand which exactly is your premium domestic cricket tournament in the T20 format. It is the IPL. It is not Mushtaq Ali. So you are eventually rewarding a T20 cricketer based on the IPL performance.
Okay.
So from that perspective alone, if the cricketer is saying I'm happy playing only the IPL, that makes me take, so be it. Leave him alone. Move on. Find a new one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No,
Quickly, Sahil.
Sahil wants to say
Yes.
yeah,
something.
just the Ishan Kishan bit. There is no spot for Ishan Kishan in my 11 or a logical 11. Why I say that? Because he's a top order batter. Now, if you want him to finish games for India, Srini, do you see Mumbai playing him as a finisher in the IPL for him to get used to it? Because कुछ तो खेलना पड़ेगा ना, सीधा फिनिश नहीं कर सकता. अगर आप उसको आज बोलोगे 6 पे जाके बैटिंग करे और जितेश शर्मा 1.5 साल से वहीं बैटिंग कर रहा है, तो आप जितेश को खिलाओगे ना, या संजू को खिलाओगे जो मिडिल ऑर्डर में है. ईशान ओपन कर रहा है, एमआई उसको ओपन ही कराएगा, तो सिलेक्टर्स भी तो वहां कंफ्यूज हो गए.
लास्ट सीजन करवाया नहीं ओपन.
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूं, अभी ओपन में आपके पास शुभमन गिल के लिए जगह नहीं है, वो बाहर बैठने वाला है, क्योंकि यशस्वी और रोहित ओपन करेंगे, विराट.
That is what I'm saying. That is because you have decided to bring back 2 cricketers.
एग्जैक्टली,
from
तभी
nowhere.
मैं उसी लिहाज में मैं बोल रहा हूं, जब वो 2 एलिफेंट्स आर बैक इन द रूम, मेरे को रिंकू का खतरा लग रहा है, शुभमन गिल का लग रहा है, ईशान और अय्यर तो मेरे को स्क्वाड में ही नहीं दिख रहे. दैट इज वाई, क्योंकि वो द नंबर्स डोंट ऐड अप. कितने लोग लेके जाओगे आप? 15 ही तो लेके जाएंगे.
Yeah. Okay. Would request our producer to take different questions, because we have already discussed Ishan Kishan at length in this live. We have plenty of questions around other players as well. So would be glad if we can talk about other players too, and some other things from the central contract. First up, we have got a super chat from Naman. Thank you so much for sending us a super chat. Please tell Hardik's fitness status in the last 3 World Cup. Please. Okay, this one's to Srini and Sahil. Okay, Sahil, would you like to take it up?
50 रुपए मिलेंगे मेरे को. 50 श्रीनी के 50 में 100 मिल जाए.
ये क्या है? लास्ट 3 वर्ल्ड कप मतलब?
So he's talking about the last 3 World Cups, including the
2 T20 और 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप.
How?
World Cups. Yeah. Am I now? Yeah. Okay. Last World Cup, 50 over World Cup. How many overs did Hardik Pandya send down? How many games did he play non-stop? That injury which happened against Bangladesh, that wasn't a fitness-related injury. That had nothing to do with fitness. वो मतलब बहुत एक 1 in 100 केसेस होते हैं जो ऐसा एक वर्ल्ड कप के ड्यूरिंग हो जाता है, और किसी को उस समय ऐसा अंदाजा नहीं था. इट विल एग्रीवेट इनटू समथिंग दैट सीरियस दैट ही वुडंट बी एबल टू bowl for that long. So that fit there was an underlying back problem which needed some sort of focus and initiation by the NCA. He went under the knife. बैक सर्जरी के बाद प्लेयर गेट्स नाइटमेयर्स. आपको पता भी नहीं आप चल पाओगे कि नहीं. क्रिकेट तो छोड़ दो यार, बैक सर्जरी की बात कर रहे हैं हम, बैक स्पैज्म की बात नहीं कर रहे. यहाँ स्पैज्म के चलते लोग महीनों गायब हो जाते हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट गोइंग अंडर द नाइफ, एंड ही इज bowling 140 clicks, more than 140 clicks consistently. He has been doing the job with the bat for you. He has been the Iceman with the bat in the ODIs now. He has been bowling consistently. नया बॉल से डाल रहा है. वो विकेट भूल गया क्या पाकिस्तान वाले जो इसने लिया था? क्या मतलब, क्या वो बड़ौदा के लिए खेल रहा था क्या, अगर वो ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप नहीं खेला? That was a freak injury. I know that I've had reservations with regards to Hardik's fitness in the past, but now the work which he has put in the last 12-14 months, that is there to see. The amount of lean muscle he has added on his body, वो समझ गया अपनी बॉडी का रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है. He is no longer the skeleton framed and fragile Hardik Pandya जो मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए 2016 में आया था. He is well beefed up now. You won't see that क्योंकि उसका मसल नहीं है, बट उसने लीन मसल ऐड किया अपनी बॉडी में. कोई भी जिम वाला आपको बता देगा कि लीन मसल कितना इंपॉर्टेंस रहता है, स्पेशली आफ्टर व्हाट यू हैव डन टू द लोअर बैक. एंड ही अंडरवेंट बैक सर्जरी. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, इट्स अ बिग थिंग. हार्दिक पांड्या ने टेक्स्ट किया था विराट कोहली को, आई रिमेंबर, कि ही वाज फियरिंग वेदर ही वुड वॉक और नॉट व्हेन हार्दिक अंडरवेंट सर्जरी. वो चल नहीं पाया था यार. अब वो बॉल डाल रहा है 145 पे और आप लोग कह रहे हो कि मतलब फिटनेस. इस वर्ल्ड कप का फिटनेस मैं बाय नहीं करता. पहले जो हुआ, बट ही हैड अ लॉन्ग टर्म ऑब्जेक्टिव इन माइंड दैट हैज बीन अचीव्ड, एंड यू विल सी हिम डूइंग वेल इन द T20 वर्ल्ड कप. पीरियड.
Okay. Okay, next question, please. Can we have the next question or comment quickly, please? Okay, very surprised to see Sai Sudarshan not getting a C contract. He performed well in the South Africa ODI series and for India A as well. Should have been awarded a contract. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, from whatever I saw of him in the IPL, I didn't watch the India A series. ये matches कभी कहीं दिखते नहीं है, but I saw his debut series look good. But वही बात है यार, कितनों को दोगे? I don't think it's just about giving him. You give him, you'll find two other candidates. Look, the guy's young. I think he's 20, early 20, 22 types. He's got a big future. समय की बात है that he'll come back. You get that 90 odd in IPL final. Then you get a 50 on debut. I think he got 250s out of three matches, if I'm not mistaken. He's the future. This guy, Jasprit, Shubman Gill, Rinku, ध्रुव जुरेल, ये बहुत बहुत साल खेलेंगे. उनको खेलने के लिए थोड़े बुजुर्गों को शॉल पहनाना पड़ेगा. बस कुछ महीने की बात है, फिर वो होगा.
Nice one, Jamie.
T20
Okay,
I'm talking about.
Qualify right now. See, he's got 3 ODIs, and you need like 3 Test matches, 8 ODIs.
That too.
Yeah. So he doesn't qualify. So how much ever talented he must be, like you have to qualify that certain number of matches.
हाँ. और वही जेमी ने कहा कि कुछ महीनों बाद वो हो भी जाएगा जब शायद वो कोटा पूरा कर ले and you get to see some senior players out.
July.
Okay, Jamie. Next question, please.
Yeah. I wanted that question to come. I wanted that question to come. ये जो दिख रहा है ना, ये पिछले 25 साल में 20 साल राहुल द्रविड़ के साथ ही गए हैं. So वो आते नहीं है प्रेशर में. ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं आप लोग को ना. Unfortunately, in today's day and age of Twitter, आप लोग को पता नहीं है वो वहां पे जो आवाज होती है ट्विटर पे, आप लोग को लगता है कि वही नैरेटिव है. वो नैरेटिव नहीं है. मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. ठीक है, मैं एक अखबार में काम करता था. ये मैं 5 साल पहले का किस्सा बता रहा हूँ, प्री पैंडेमिक का. मैंने राहुल द्रविड़ साहब से बात किया about certain subject. I want to talk to him. I said, what's your problem? Why don't you come and clarify it? You know, there was something happening. He was working with the NCA at that time. So I asked him, why don't you come and clarify this? So he said, you know what? Problem with the media, specific media is, you know, if I'm standing on Brigade Road, he was using Bangalore as an example. And he said, if I'm standing on Brigade Road, media will write I'm standing on MG Road. If I'm standing on MG Road, media will write I'm standing on Brigade Road. That is my problem. So उसके बाद में एक पूरा साल जब मैं कुछ लिखता था तो उनको टेक्स्ट मैसेज भेजता था और पूछता था, ये सवाल है, इसका जवाब दो, ये भी बता दो, ये ब्रिगेड रोड है या एमजी रोड है. हर सवाल पे पूछता था कि बता देना ये ब्रिगेड रोड है या एमजी रोड है. जाओ 5 साल पहले, 6 साल पहले, 7 साल पहले, 8 साल पहले, आपका उम्र मुझे नहीं पता है कितना है, पढ़ो अखबार, पता लगाओ क्या है, व्हाट इज द हिस्ट्री, you know, what has gone about, what happened when he was at NCA, what happened in the Indian team, what happened around it, why exactly does he have a problem with Ishan Kishan. You know, you don't expect me to say everything because unfortunately I'm not, BCCI doesn't pay me. Why should I fight BCCI's battle? So I'm trying to tell you that reading always helps. Don't come and ask these stupid questions.
Well, yes. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Why BCCI ignoring Bhuvneshwar Kumar?
Another question. Wow, lovely.
फिर तो इरफान पठान को भी दे दो. सबसे ज्यादा only person surprised with what BCCI has done is Irfan Pathan. बाकी सब खुश है सिर्फ इरफान पठान surprised.
Saying no, Jamie's expression was also a very good answer to this one.
No, on this, I mean, when he was playing for India, I had a lot of time for him. I've copped abuse on Twitter because I've actually come back, like Shini mentioned, I've come back with stats and facts.
You know, in 2020,
आप देश के लिए नहीं, श्रीनी, आप देश के लिए नहीं खेल रहे हो, आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं मिलेगा. ये पहली बार नहीं है, आखिरी बार नहीं है, सबके साथ हुआ है यार.
In 2021, in the run-up to the Tour of England, I said that Bhuvneshwar Kumar doesn't have the appetite for Test cricket anymore because on a series like this, he should be among the first names on the paper. Next day on Twitter, he clarified. Why are you saying that I have not? I'm like, bhai, khel ke dikha na.
After the South Africa 2-test series, before these 5 test matches, people were actually on my other shows asking me why injustice was done to Hardik. Why is Hardik Pandya and Bhuvneshwar being kept out of the test team. And I said, do you know when Bhuvneshwar, I asked them, do you know when Bhuvneshwar Kumar, this was before he came from Meerut out of the blue, do you know when he last played a first class match? They don't know. It was Jan of 21. For 6 years almost, he didn't play a first class match. Same with Hardik Pandya. December of 2018, he has not played for Baroda. Why do people suddenly feel these people are going to play test cricket? Nahi hota. People have moved on and it's totally okay. It's totally fine. Why would Hardik Pandya play a 5 test match series? 6 साल पहले उसने बोला मेरी बस की बात नहीं है red ball cricket. I don't get it. Same with Bhuvneshwar. Anyways, yeah.
Okay. Okay, next question, please. This one's for Sahil and Shreyas. Why BCCI made Rohit as captain for T20 World Cup? Will we finally see a new white ball captain after June? मुझे तो सबसे interesting
74 shows कर चुके हैं.
I was just gonna say 14 महीने हो गए हम यहाँ shows कर रहे हैं इसको लेकर यार प्रियांशु भाई एक देख लो हम सब 50 बार बोल चुके हैं इस बात पर. And I think Shrini mentioned today ज्यादती है बहुत लोग के साथ कि ऐसा हुआ है. Sorry, I know my name is not there, but like Sahil said, 74 तो कहीं नहीं गए यार.
मेरे पास तो थियरी भी है लेकिन मैं बोलूंगा नहीं.
Next show.
The next show, please reserve that for the next show. Okay, next question, please.
If Rohit Sharma is playing the World Cup, I mean, if he's available, if he comes and says कि I want to play, or selectors happily they're taking him to captain, मतलब रोहित के साथ ही जाओगे ना? I mean, the way he did in Afghanistan last game, उसके पहले कप्तानी किया, उसने वर्ल्ड कप में सक्सेसफुल था, एक मैच हार गया. If he's playing तो मतलब there is no harm, like अगर वेलकम कर रहे हो T20 वर्ल्ड कप में.
ताउस भाई लास्ट टाइम एक इंडियन क्रिकेटर ने वन ऑफ द एलिफेंट ने अफगानिस्तान के खिलाफ सेंचुरी मारा था, हम उसको भी ले गए थे T20 वर्ल्ड कप, वहां भी कुछ नहीं हुआ था. याद है ना कौन सा वाला था वो?
Jamie, you should answer that question. That is a very good question for you.
ये वाला no, I think Sahil very validly said कि जब आप एक चीज हासिल कर चुके हो और आप देश के लिए कर रहे हो, I get it, but I will still say if you're not playing 3 formats, whatever the reason, I don't think A++ should be handed out. That's just mine. A is fine because the guy's got 510-11 wickets, totally best all-rounder going around. But A++ to my mind is a bit much for someone just playing one format.
Okay. Next question, please. Is Virat still in consideration for T20 World Cup at present as we speak?
At
This
present,
question is
Harsh, he's away from cricket because of personal reasons. That's all I know. And BCCI secretary को अगर कोट करूंगा, देखते हैं विराट का. बस यही बोला था हमने जब पूछा था. तो अभी विराट को आने दो, आईपीएल खेलने दो, क्योंकि विराट रन करेगा तो आप उसको क्या बोल के बिठाओगे? तेरा स्ट्राइक रेट 0.2% से कम है, 0.2% से ज्यादा है. आएंगे तो दोनों आएंगे और तीसरा करण अर्जुन, केएल राहुल भी साथ आएगा. ये अभी आप तीसरा इग्नोर कर रहे हो.
रोहित जाएगा तो विराट भी जाएगा, जाएंगे तो दोनों जाएंगे, नहीं तो दोनों नहीं जाएंगे.
श्रीनी, केएल कोई कैसे भूल सकता है? केएल इज द थर्ड सुपरस्टार. ये तो तीनों सुपरस्टार सेम लेंथ ब्रेथ में बोलने चाहिए ना.
Absolutely.
केएल राहुल अभी पढ़ेंगे लोग. केएल राहुल का एक और ट्विस्ट.
74 shows, Sahil. 74 shows.
टेस्ट क्रिकेट से ब्रेक भी लिया है उसने T20 प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि वो स्टोरी आने वाला है आधे 1 घंटे में, शो के बाद ही आएगा. कल डिस्कस करेंगे उसको.
We're waiting for that, Sahil. Till then, next question, please. Why Kuldeep Yadav is in B grade? He deserves to be in A category as he plays all 3 formats. Taus, can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a surprising question. Why isn't he there? I mean, he plays all formats, मगर consistency नहीं मिली मुझे लगता है जिस तरह से होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
Consistently, you have to be there in the squad. Play all formats. Deliver. Who's your top spinner right now? Ashwin. He's there in A. Who's your top all-rounder? Ravindra, Jadeja. He's playing all formats. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. So the A++. I mean, if you look at the A+, it's all superstars. वो superstar status में आते कितना time लगेगा कुलदीप को, I don't know, but then I'm sure sooner, because once Ashwin retires, then he has to take the mantle.
Okay, next one, please.
ये जो ताउस भाई ने अश्विन को स्पिनर बोला है ना, इसके ऊपर कुट्टी स्टोरीज आने वाला है. He's a all-rounder, bonafide all-rounder who has scored test 100. ताउस भाई वो टेस्ट के ब्रेक में YouTube वीडियो बनाने वाला है अब कि आपने उसको स्पिनर बोलने की तौहीन कैसे कर दी.
बिल्कुल. This one's for Jamie. Why is Aksar demoted? Why Shami not in A plus category? Where is Chahal? Chahal के बारे में Jamie पहले ही आंसर कर चुके हैं. So Jamie, the first two questions, please.
I don't know. I'm guessing it'd be because his stock is somewhat fallen in the test format. Why Shami? I mean, Shami was. I mean, we spent half the World Cup discussing this until he got that chance. Had Hardik Pandya not gotten injured, he was not playing more than one game on November 12th against Netherlands in Bangalore. Hats off to what he did. Outstanding World Cup. India's best bowler, leading wicket taker, but he was not supposed to be. So I'm not surprised. I think Shami is very good whoever he is.
Okay, we'll just take a couple of questions more and we'll end this live and we'll reserve all the other questions for the next live session because we have a lot many there. Where is Umran Malik for sake of Indian cricket? Such players need to play more often then only they can improve. Introspect, we already.
This guy, where is Umran Malik for sake of Indian cricket? Very true. तुमने क्या बोल डाला है वो लाइन फास्ट बॉलर्स के लिए अलग से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट व्हेन आई वाज आस्किंग दिस इज वेयर इवेंचुअली व्हाट आई वांटेड टू आई मिस माय माइंड what nonsense is this? What contract are you giving? You first tell me what are you doing with Umran Malik? What exactly is your plan? Where is he? What cricket has he played? What have you planned for Umran? Here you know there is a special boy. He has pace. What have you done special with Umran? Tell me. Just by announcing that you are giving him a contract, I would like Mr. Paras Mambre as the bowling coach of this Indian team to come sit and talk and explain what is happening with tier 2 bowlers. आउट ऑफ साइट आउट ऑफ माइंड वाला हिसाब है. इमरान मलिक आपके सामने खड़ा नहीं है. आधे लोग को तो पता ही नहीं है वो कर क्या रहा है. So this is all, do more than awarding contracts. There is a lot more to be done.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, Umran Malik played 5 first-class games for Jammu Kashmir this season, picked a total of 3 wickets, didn't play the last 2 games. So that is latest on Umran. मतलब वो 5 गेम खेला रणजी ट्रॉफी के इस साल. एंड मैं पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से बता सकता हूँ क्योंकि दिल्ली जेएनके का एक मैच हुआ था. उमरान वाज जस्ट बॉलिंग क्विक, सो दैट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ उमरान द बॉलर हैजंट हैपेंड. I don't know whether it should be done by people.
He goes back to Ranji. But imagine now 1 year of so much hype in 2021. It was like Umran.
And Srini, this is just not restricted to Umran, right? I want to know where is Navdeep Saini? वो designated net bowler 2012 से शायद चल रहा है. मैं तो भूल ही गया कब से वो net bowler है हमारा. उसका भी किसी को आइडिया नहीं क्योंकि वो इंजरी इतना हो रहा है. तो सेम उमरान नो.
Okay. Next question, please. They have Patidar as a centrally contracted player. What about Sarfaraz Khan? Arjun Wahi, I already mentioned in this live. Once again, quickly, Sarfaraz Khan and Dhruv Jurel, they have played only 2 test matches. If they'll be there in the Dharamshala test, they'll automatically be in the C category as mentioned in the BCCI central contract. Would request you to please read that once again, or for that matter, we'll also paste a link in our comment section. Next question, please. Why not draft a contract system for A teams too? So it gives the fringe players clarity on where they exactly stand. Sahil, your take on this one?
So there's nothing called fringe players in Indian cricket setup. They're called targeted players. And those players are informed from time to time with regards to what they do during the off season. Like right now, as we speak, Surya Kumar Yadav and Jitesh Sharma are at the NCA. So they know that they are in the scheme of things with regards to T20 World Cup. Similarly, Chahal, Bishnoi, आपको ऐसे players जब वो कुछ नहीं कर रहे वो NCA में दिखते हैं. वो targeted players हैं. So Lakshman and his team have already created those targeted players across age groups. This I'm talking under 16, under 19, under 23, Ranji Trophy, all-rounder का अलग category है जिसका अलग specialist camp लगता है. तो BCCI में fringe player करके कुछ नहीं रहता. Targeted players रहते हैं जहाँ पे आपको साई सुदर्शन से लेकर जितेश शर्मा तक आपको सब दिखेंगे in and out of the NCA, but it's difficult to give them contracts here. Contracts, if at all they need, they should happen at the domestic level to secure people who are struggling to even make ends here. जो सिर्फ domestic खेल रहे हैं उनको contract दो. जो targeted player है उनको पैसा मिल ही जाएगा.
I also feel that what BCCI should do is they should identify a pool of 25 cricketers, from top rung to the bottom rung, 20-25 cricketers who are willing to dedicate time, and effort towards red ball cricket. and create a grade of contract system for red ball cricket alone, where you put the rewards are gratifying enough, where if a Jasprit Bumrah says this year there is too much workload and India England series is important for me, but I may have a breakdown, I have my other contracts in place, I have to oblige my franchise too, then there is a World Cup coming, I have to keep taking breaks. For there, the BCCI should set the bar saying, what do you earn from your franchise? 12 crore a year. BCCI takes care of that money. Take a break. Take a break. So that should be the bar that BCCI sets. Put a pool in place of 300 crore, 400 crore का एक corpus रखो, जहां आप एक cricketer को बोल रहे हो, कोई बात नहीं बच्चा, if you want to play red ball cricket, you belong there, you're good enough, don't worry, we will take care of you. And the player should be happy, kind of. That's where you will get the Starks and the Cummins, and that is where you will get the results and the successes. And then obviously money will always come at some point in time, which we saw in the case of Stark and Cummins. Whatever has happened after they've accomplished doing what they had done in their careers.
Okay. Well, we'll end the live session here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us and sending in your questions. Would request everyone, if you have any more questions, you can tag all our panelists on Twitter. They'll be happy to answer there, or you can tell us all the questions here in the chat box, and we'll take them in the next live session. Thanks a lot, Sahil.
Or if you want us to take your comments, pehle, send some dollars, yaar. We'll take the super chat. Khatam kahani.
Yes. We'll be taking super chats today again. Thank you so much, Naman, for sending us a super chat. You all can send us a super chat too. Also, at the end, would request a producer to just flash that key takeaways from BCCI's central contract, and we'll end that with that screen. So thank you so much, Jamie and Taos, for joining with me. It was great talking to you. Thanks, Sahil Srini also. Thanks a lot, everyone.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।